Okay, the Who Would Win of the Week this week is Stephanie Smothers, Anna Kendrick's character from A Simple Favor, versus April Ludgate from Parks and Recreation. Now, here's the deal. April Ludgate, I know that Stephanie Smothers has a big character arc, and she changes a lot. And that's something that you need to be successful. You need the ability to change. But April Ludgate is going to eat this woman alive. It's a fact, Matthew. It's a fact. It just is. The kind of person that Stephanie Smothers is perfect prey for April Ludgate.
This is why I shook my hands before you even started talking, because I knew that there was going.
I know you're going to disagree.
Because I had a lot to say before you even got there.
Then
but
continue.
I'm fine with you starting, because now at least your relevant opinion will be buried at the front end of this segment.
No, because I put it in the clip. I'm putting that in the clip, and then it's done. End of clip.
So here's what you don't understand, is that even in the first A Simple Favor, Stephanie Smothers
We gotta stop
as
saying
Stephanie
her name.
Smothers
Yeah.
is a facade for who she really kind of is. If you recall, everybody assumes she's this innocent person.
Yeah.
But what actually happens in the movie, and the reason that she's this innocent parent, teacher, like, what do they call it? Not PS.
Teacher's assistant?
No, like
Classroom parent?
yeah, kind of like but that organization, like that parent.
PTA?
Yeah. That she's like this perfect blog, packs healthy lunches, like this perfect mom kind of thing, is because she had sex with her brother.
Half brother.
And then her husband at the time found out that their child was actually her half-brother's, and he wasn't the real dad. So then he asked the half-brother to go for a drive and intentionally crashed his car, killing them both.
Okay, what's that got to do with her fighting April Ludgate?
She puts on a facade of this like perfect woman, but that's the whole point, is that she's actually very fucked up in the head because of it, in a sense. So then, remember, then she has her introduction to Blake Lively, whose name is
something else.
I know her
Bethany
name.
Buthers?
Well, Emily Nelson is what she goes by when they meet, Emily, but her real name is Hope.
Bethany Futhers?
Oh no, Faith. Her real name is Faith.
Shout out to
'Cause she
Hope
had
and Faith.
triplets. Faith, Hope,
Weeknights
and Charity.
on CBS in
There was
2003.
three. Faith, Hope, and Charity.
Nice.
Charity's supposed, this is getting off script. Watch Another Simple Favor. I won't get into that. But what we know is that at first, yes, people assume, all the other parents assume that Emily, this powerful, independent, like, upfront bitchy, but because she's very like business, whatever, like successful woman, is using Stephanie Smothers. But in reality, what ends up happening is Stephanie Smothers ruins Emily's life because she takes full advantage. Dude.
But only because she's mentally ill.
Who?
Stephanie Smothers. That's my take on it.
What does that have to do with anything, though? If that's
I'm saying
the case, then
she's not taking over Blake Lively's life because she's some kind of nefarious person, or I know you're not using this term, but for lack of a better one, badass. It's because she's delusional and crazy.
Yes, kind of. No, not exactly. But there is a hint of that. It's a mix of the two a little bit. Not badass, but
yeah.
But your point was that Stephanie Smothers is the perfect prey for April Ludgate. Ludgate?
Yes.
For April Ludgate, and I'm telling you that's not the case, because April Ludgate
it definitely is.
No, but I just remember. If you rewind a little bit, what I just said is I'm telling you that's not the case.
Yeah.
April Ludgate, yes, is very, I don't want to use the word like goth, like the stereotypical like goth, but she is very like quiet.
She's intense.
Somewhat manipulative.
She can manipulate anybody and anything.
Like
she manipulates Ron Swanson and Chris Traeger, drop of a hat. Both of those guys, like, boom, immediately. perfectly.
Favorite April Ludgate clip, I think, is when she goes up to Ron and says, I don't know what month it was, but she was like, hey, I didn't think May 31st was a real date, and I scheduled all your meetings for this whole year on whatever, 31st.
Yeah, classic.
But, and this is why in the second one, you would see this so much more. And it's not just the character arc, it's the true Stephanie Smothers that kind of comes out, because she really has two sides of her. She has the, parent side that she still does, but like in the second one, the adventures that ensue and her relationship with Emily, like, she is not easily manipulated or tricked. In fact, what she often does, and what you probably see a lot of in that first movie that you don't realize is happening, because you need a refresher on the end of it, but two, like once you watch the second one, she's a lot smarter than she lets herself on to be.
I'm not saying she's not smart.
So she almost lets people that think they're manipulating her, in a lot of cases, manipulate her. And she might not even know why she's doing it at first, but she'll find an end goal and be able to reach that end goal, because the people that are manipulating her still think they're manipulating her, and they're none the wiser. Her innocence is her greatest strength against April, because April will be so convinced that she has Stephanie Smothers wrapped around her finger. All in the meantime, Stephanie Smothers will be tearing April's life down behind closed doors, banging what's his name, Chris Pratt,
yes.
The whole nine.
This is just where we disagree, because I don't think that, because even if Stephanie Smothers does present herself that way and is, quote unquote, allowing April to manipulate her to, in fact, get the upper hand, I think that April will be able to realize that, because April is just as smart as her.
Yeah.
And April Ludgate.
Again, I'm not underestimating April.
And I'm not.
You're underestimating Stephanie Smothers, which is fine, because you're not as familiar with the films as I am.
Okay.
All I'm
Don't
saying to you,
patronize
Andrew,
me. I'm not underestimating
her. I'm picking up on your whole agree to disagree thing. All I'm saying, and this is just so that you know, is that you are wrong, and what you're saying is incorrect, and you should listen to me. But that's fine. I'm not patronizing you.
My
I'm
only
not
counter
talking
argument.
down
My
to you.
only
But
counter
Andrew,
argument
I would
to that.
never talk down to you. I do think that you're pretty smart. All I'm saying in this exact instance,
Don't try to Stephanie Smothers me right now, brother, because I'm going to April Ludgate slap you right across the face. That's what you're going to get right back.
See, it's funny that you say that, because I would consider myself. No, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what I want you to think. Vote on that on Friday.
Vote on that on Friday on Instagram. I'm taking Stephanie Smothers.
And that's April Ludgate all the
Bad call.
way.
Vote on that on
it's
Instagram
not.
on
That's
Friday.
a good call.
Who would win of the week? Stephanie Smothers from A Simple Favor and Another Simple Favor. April Ludgate from Parks and Recreation.
And Parks and Recreation Season 2.
And, well, all the seasons.
And Season 3 and 4.